Mercury in Gemini. See, Mercury is the way we analyze, the way we think, the way we connect, and of course, the way we take things apart and put things back together. When you got Mercury in Gemini, that means it's a conjunction, aka it's a square, because you're going to be dealing with conflict, because you're going to be learning how to not think too hard. This way your brain won't fucking blow up, because also this is the other side of Virgo, which creates the square, which means there's going to be differences, because Gemini is predicated towards being mutable and adaptable when it comes to thinking and communication, aka the earth sign, aka air sign. Now it has the qualities of being practical too, but it's the air sign, and of course you can't trap air, and you can't basically hold it in for too long. It's going to have to change regardless. So also when you have Virgo is mutable and adaptable when it comes to thinking and communicating, of course, and being mutable and practical. See, they're practical. So that means they know how to basically be practical and stable. And of course, they're predicated towards being earth, as in the earth sign. So they're predicated towards being safety and secure, while Gemini is going to basically be willing to basically take that risk and not worry too much about the safety and security, aka Gemini is going to jump off the porch, while the Virgo is going to sit back, analyze, and look at the details and make sure things is more reasonable to basically see how they can take an effort. Or, okay, Gemini got a spaceship, and of course Virgo got an airplane. Now Virgo can basically be a little cautious and a little worried about the motherfucker. See, Virgo is going to look too much at the details of, okay, let's basically get on a plane. I know you got a spaceship, but I've never seen a spaceship before. So we're going to basically stick with the plane, because we don't see no spaceship. We don't see no UFO. But the Gemini got a UFO. And Gemini is going to say, okay, fuck the airplane. I want to basically experience something new. Virgo going to be like, okay, safety comes first. We're going to stick with the airplane. We're going to stick with the true pilot. I know we all capable of doing things, but Gemini, you just created this damn UFO. How the fuck we supposed to basically just fly that shit? We should basically get to the airplane perspective. Gemini gonna just take off and be mutable and not be able to be fixed or basically combobulate with all that information and all them ideas or all that earth, because Gemini is already dealing with too much, aka a whole lot of intellect all in the mind. Gemini is gonna feel the need to basically go ahead and jump off the porch, while Virgo is gonna basically wait until the motherfucking plane take them near safety. While Gemini gonna get there a little pretty much faster, Virgo just gonna do it more in an earthly and grounded manner. That's the differences. Now, when you got Mercury in Gemini loves communication. They strive on that. So, of course, if you cannot fulfill this mentality of words, ideas, and new concepts of infiltrating through their mind, it's not going to go on anywhere. You're going to lose that Mercury in Gemini. That Mercury in Gemini needs something to basically talk about, communicate with, or interact with. So if you're not basically putting yourself in that position to basically help infiltrate these ideas or construct these ideas and make these ideas something to basically talk them into, or basically have a conversation to basically interact with, and you're wasting your time. Of course, they can also be very debatable. They love a debate. Of course, they love to basically also play mind games. When you have the Mercury and Gemini, they see right through that. AKA they're mutable and adaptable when it comes to air. So of course they can read minds. They're already into the perspectives of communicating and talking to themselves. So what makes you think they're not going to be able to read your mind? Because also that's the other side of Jupiter. Also, Mercury is exalted in Mercury. You could say Aquarius too, but Aquarius is like pretty much a far out thinking planet. So Aquarius is like pretty much you're just bringing your tools from far out Uranus back to Mercury. You can't bring the big ass, you can't just bring the entire fucking Uranus to Earth. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, everybody got their own space and location. Everybody, it's cool to basically take things out, wash away old and dead blood cells, but of course everybody got their own space in these secluded locations. So of course you ain't going to basically be able to do that. But you bring some tools here. You can show them some Black Panther shit where they took all the resources. You can show them some shit like that, but of course you can't take our shit. For me, that's how it's gonna play out. But of course, Mercury and Gemini, they're very mutable and adaptable, and of course they know how to adapt to ways of thinking and communicating and switching the intellect up, and of course making things great. And of course they can flirt a lot, very flirtatious, I mean, they got a good thing. They got a good way with doing that, especially when they're communicating with people, places, and things of that matter. Also, they play mind games with you too. They can have you say something, knowing damn well you wasn't gonna ever think about saying that shit, but it made somehow the Gemini got into your mind and made you say something, and that's how you coach yourself. Especially knowing that you're doing some sneaky shit. They can basically play games and come up with you on some shit like that and just hit you with some shit like, ooh, got him. So you gotta be very careful. You're talking to a Gemini, because you're talking to a twin. You don't know which way they're gonna come at you, which way they're gonna communicate with you or interact with you. They come up with many ways and different ways on how to do things. So you gotta be very cautious and aware when you're dealing with a Mercury and Gemini, because their intellect is crazy. They go deep with it. Also, they don't like stagnation. So they need something. They need projects, multitasking. They need many variety of things to basically be able to be inherited, so they can basically express these things and of course push these things out and be wavy with these things. So if things is not moving, things are stagnated, then it's gonna frustrate them. And of course, you don't want to frustrate Mercury and Gemini. You want to have something that's basically interesting for them to basically take on, aka find something that they can be good with their hands, taking things apart, or just interacting or combining things together. Also, they're very detail oriented, so of course they will look at the details too of things. Also, compared to Mercury and Gemini, Mercury and Sagittarius. Mercury and Gemini, like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So if it don't really make sense to them, they're not gonna really basically get too predicated towards high morals and high standards. Then Mercury and Gemini is gonna do what the Mercury and Gemini are gonna do. They're gonna get too lost into philosophies, but they're gonna be very open-minded. They're very open-minded, very curious. So they're gonna be curious about other people, places, and things. Curious about people, places, things that they communicate with, and curious to know information. Of course, too much curiosity can also brings wear and tear on the mind, on the mentality. And you need your mentality to basically be free. Of course, think, and of course, expand. So if you got a whole lot of shit pondering on your mind and shit, this can fuck with your health. You don't want that to fuck with your health. Because you're already dealing with the nervous system, and of course you're dealing with the veins, and of course you're dealing with the third and sixth house. So of course this can basically play inheritance with your health. Also, Mercury and Gemini can be very moody. They don't like being bubbled in. They need to express themselves. They need to be free. They need to be open to do what they want to do. And of course, you're not able to allow this, and they're not gonna basically. You're not gonna be a Mercury and Gemini connection. They're gonna disconnect from you, and of course they're gonna just move along. So yeah, that's pretty much like a Mercury and Gemini for now. So I need to hurry up and get these shits in.